Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday. I guess happy Halloween. I think this is going up on Halloween. So welcome to my October home fragrance empties. You might also have seen a October Homeworks candle empty video, candle empties. Yeah, candle empties, there we go, video in your subscription box. So this month I decided to split up the Homeworks, which are sitting over here, and the rest of the things, because I had quite a large number of Homeworks empties, and I just figured I wanted to spend a little bit more time on my final thoughts on those candles. Because everything switched over to the 4 wicks with the fall candles, I know that there is a little bit of uncertainty about the new 4-wick format, and I wanted to share with you guys what my experiences were with the ones that I have burned so far. So anyway, that video is a little bit longer. I will link it down below in the description box if it didn't show up in your subscription feed or whatever. So if you're interested in just the Homeworks empties, you can go watch that there. But today, here in this video, we are talking about everything else. So the wax melts and the rest of the candles that I burned, but mostly melted because there's a large number of Bath & Body Works candles in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dive right in. The first is my beloved Cranberry Woods, which I really do love burning this time of year. And so this one I was actually able to almost completely burn down. This was a 2013. So this is an older candle. It still had the same amount of strength. In fact, this was stronger than this year's Cranberry Woods in the wraparound like wood label, like the kind of, I guess, artistic woods. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? I'm burning it downstairs right now. The only reason I bring it up is because this candle has never not been like a 9 out of 10 in terms of strength and throw, except for this year's version. I can barely smell the one that I'm burning downstairs from this year. And I just picked it up, gosh, what was it, like a month or so ago when I did my last Bath & Body Works haul. Yeah, I picked that up and was really excited because I've always loved it. I've always loved this. In fact, I remember picking it up the first time back when it was, I think Harry was still at Bath & Body Works, because I think I remember seeing Slatkin & Co. on the label, but it was where they had like the silhouette of the woods, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. That's my favorite label that they've ever had on this candle. But anyway, this one performed flawlessly. When I was down to this point, I just put it in the candle crock, and even in the crock with this amount of wax, it threw for like an additional like 4 days. So if you don't know what a candle crock is, they are much harder to find at this point, just so you guys are aware. I will put a video down below called Candle Crock 101. It's a video I did quite a while ago, but it'll explain to you what a candle crock is. And then from there you can go and Google and see the absolutely hideous ones that are still available, and that are probably overpriced, but it's a really useful thing to have, especially with Bath & Body Works candles, because more times than not, I have to put my Bath & Body Works candles into the crock because they just stopped performing. So for example, this pumpkin coconut. So this one actually was really good for the first half, and then I just kind of stopped smelling it. I don't know if I became nose blind or what, but I stopped burning it. It was performing okay actually up until this point, like really good throw, really good burn. This was a 2015. And once I put it in the crock, I could totally smell it a whole lot more. So I don't know what the deal was. There were still fragrance oils in here. I don't know if I just kind of hit a patch where maybe it wasn't like blended properly. The wax wasn't blended properly with the oils or something, but yeah, I put it in my crock, had it in there for, again, another 4 to 5 days, and it was great. So yeah, I really love pumpkin coconut. I think this is one of the more like delicious, just kind of basic gourmand scents that they do. It was an online exclusive this year. I don't know why they didn't release it in stores, because I feel like a lot of people love this. And by the way, this has nothing to do with pumpkin. It's basically just a coconut cake type scent, but not a fake coconut and not a coconut with pineapple. It's not like a pina colada or anything. It's just a very basic like coconut cake type scent. I like it. I'll probably always get it. But yeah, I'm having some performance issues. The one that did not give me any performance issues was pumpkin peanut brittle. And this still somehow has scent in it, but this was one of the best candles Bath & Body Works has put out in a long time in terms of new releases. I put it in the candle crock because it just, I don't know why. I mean, it actually burned okay. I think I just get into this habit now after I get to the halfway point with my Bath & Body Works candles that they just automatically go in the candle crock. But it's great because I do get like 24 hours worth of fragrance out of them until the fragrance kind of dies. And this one I can still kind of smell. So I could probably actually put this back in the candle crock. You can see when I do that it does loosen the glue on the bottom here. And these wicks do travel. So after you put a candle in a candle crock, please don't ever light it again, because that's just a bad idea. I did also like the lids on this collection, so that was nice. I'm spending too much time. My beloved Marshmallow Fireside. This was from the year when they did the really pretty like leaf lid that you could flip over, and it just like had the like little leaf right here. Do you guys remember those? What year was this? 2014. Everybody knows what Marshmallow Fireside smells like. It's just an ooey gooey burnt wood scent. I will always love it. I will always go back to Bath & Body Works for that. Ooh, some of you might be like, you burned that? How could you? I still have one more left, which is why I burned this one this year. Pumpkin Sugar Donut. Why was this only out 1 year? It was out in 2014. It's one of the most delicious scents that Bath & Body Works has made. Everybody loved this. Where did the other wick go? It's like not even in here. Do you guys see that? What happened to it? That's so fun. It's got to be like buried in the wax or something. But I did put this in the candle crock after it got to this point, only because it started smoking a little bit. That was an issue with this collection from this year. I remember the other candles that I got from this collection also had like a smoking, sooting type issue. So yeah, I burned it as far as I was comfortable burning it. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to destroy my new house for this. So anyway, this one did extremely well. I let it go almost to the total end before I put it in the crock. This is Pumpkin Apple. This is like a staple. I think the Pumpkin Apple from Bath & Body Works is better than the Apple Pumpkin from Yankee Candle, but everyone does a basic like apple pumpkin type scent during this time of year. So anyway, this was good. I liked it. Okay, this one. It did it again. So I've already burned one of these. I have another one downstairs right now, and it's already starting to get sooty. This Blackberry Tea Leaf, I really love the scent, but man, does this guy soot. You can't really see it here. I think most of that darkness has settled. I can see it on the bottom here, but there's an insane amount of soot produced by this one, and I feel like I have hair in my lip gloss. I do. It's cat fur. This one produces an insane amount of soot for me, so I burn it to about the halfway point, and then I just stick it in my crock. As soon as I start to see it smoke, it goes in the crock. So I really like the scent. I have a lot of these, and I'm thinking about just melting them from the get-go, because it's just not worth it to me to make a mess out of my house. These two were a giant disaster. Like, I was so disappointed. This was probably my very last candle purchase from Yankee Candle. I bought these during the semi-annual sale. It is pumpkin pie. There's obviously two. This one, I smelled nothing when I first started burning it. So it looks funky in there, right? So that's because I immediately put these into the candle crock. There was no point in even lighting this one, which was brand new. I couldn't smell this one when I was burning it at all. Like, yeah, it's nice for the ambiance, but I want the pumpkin pie scent. Like, this is one of the most delicious pumpkin pie scented candles ever, and I can't smell it. I'm not gonna keep buying unscented candles from Yankee. I'm just not a fan with where they've let the company go, which is really sad because if you guys have watched me for any amount of time, you know that my very first candle purchase from Yankee was cranberry chutney back in like 1997. I remember because I had just graduated from high school and I was working at the mall, and I've told this story a ton of times, and one of my clients that used to come and visit me all the time and buy things from me, she brought in a Yankee Candle bag, and I could just smell cranberry chutney like wafting out of there, and I was like, what is that? And she told me, and at my very next break, I went down to Yankee Candle and I was like, I will take that candle. I loved cranberry chutney and I've loved it for years now, but I can't smell it anymore. So I think I will always go and get maybe the melt cups or the votives, and I'll just melt them of cranberry chutney, but there's no point in even me buying the candles anymore because I can't smell them when I light them, which is crazy. Like, why would Yankee let this happen to their company? They've been around for so long. They've been a staple for so many people, and they just kind of suck. Like, if you're gonna spend that much money on a candle, you're gonna want to smell it, and I can't smell these, and I cannot justify the price, which, what is the price now on these? Are they $27.99? These don't even have a price on them. I think they were like 27, 28 bucks, somewhere around there. I don't even know because that's how much I shop there these days. But anyway, this was a bad behaving candle and I didn't catch it in time. And look at that soot. This was Blackberry Bramble Tea. This was out a while ago. I had this lit when we had Craig's birthday party here in September, and I had this in my downstairs bathroom, the one that I had just repainted, and it'd been going for several hours, and I walked into the bathroom and it didn't do this sooting thing at first. It was kind of down to here when I lit it, and it just started sooting like crazy, and I had a meltdown because I was like, I just paid so much money to have these first few rooms in our new house repainted, and then this, and so now I'm just gonna watch these very carefully. But yeah, I love this scent. This is one of my favorites from Bath and Body Works. Like, but I don't think there's any reason for something to soot like this. I don't think there should be a reason for that, but I don't know. Anyway, I just need to be careful with the ones that I have left because I do have some backups of that. Okay, let's talk Scentsy. Sweet Plum Pastry, you guys know that I love this. It's also in my subscription now, my Scentsy Club, so I will always be able to get it. I have I have 2 bars. Is it 2 or 3? I have 2 bars coming every 3 months, and that's perfect. So finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Sweet Plum Pastries. So I use 2 cubes at a time, and there was a good chunk of time in the last month. Some of these only had like, I think 2 or 3 cubes because I had started them earlier in the year and then had put them away in favor of some other things. So these weren't all completely full, but there were several weeks in October where I just had this going all the time. And with my Scentsy warmers, one, I have many around the house, but two, I will put 2 cubes in and leave the warmer on for like 24 hours a day until I can't smell it anymore. So typically for me, that is about 4 or 5 days, somewhere around there, and then it really, I can't smell it anymore. But yeah, I love this, and I'm so glad I was able to put it in a subscription. I finished 1 honey pear cider, sorry, 2 honey pear ciders. I love this one in the fall as well. One of these was one of these from last year? I can't remember. I feel like one already I had used half the pack. No, I think both of these were from this year. Yeah, they were from this year. And I loved mixing it with this. This is new. This is winterberry apple tea. If you mix a cube of this and a cube of this, I promise you it will be one of the most delicious things that you've ever smelled. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is so good. Yeah, delicious. Oh, and I also finished a apple butter frosting. I go through a lot of Scentsy. That's kind of a lot of Scentsy for 1 month, but yeah, I have a lot of warmers. I mean, I have the single ones in all of my bathrooms. I have a warmer in my laundry room, in the butler's pantry, in the kitchen. I have one in the family room. I have one in my office. I have one in our entryway. Nope, not in our entryway. In our dining room, in our front, like, family room. I have one in here. I have one in our guest room. I have one in our bedroom. I have a lot of warmers. Go through a lot of Scentsy. Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's all that I have for you guys. I feel like that's probably a lot for this month. You'll probably see a lot more for next month. When I'm burning candles, by the way, I only light one at a time now. When I was in our old house, I would burn multiple candles at a time. Like, I'm talking like 4 or 5 candles at a time. That was just way too much. What I like to do now is burn like 1 candle for a couple of hours, blow it out, burn another candle for a couple of hours, blow it out, let that kind of be it for the day. So yeah, I don't do multiples anymore. I found that did create a big soot problem in our old house, and I don't want to do that in this house. Also, I try to open my windows as much as I can. It's going to get a little bit harder now that it's starting to get cooler out, but during the spring and summer, I always have the windows open, and I always try to kind of like air things out as much as possible. But yeah, I don't recommend burning like a ton of candles at any given time. The candle crock is really great because you always get the fragrance. It's kind of like Scentsy, where you're just melting the wax. But yeah, anyway, I know that some people had questions like, how often do you burn and how many, and that is what I do. So it's just 1 candle typically at a time for like a few hours, and then I blow it out, and then I go to the next one. So yeah, that's it. All right, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.